I'm Michael Noland, and the subject for tonight's video is Paul McCartney and some grief that I've received from another content creator. The content creator I'm talking about is Two Legs, and he just did a video in response to my latest video on Paul McCartney. Not only did he do that, but he invited Beatly Tone up there, and they thought they'd both take a shot at me. And today's video is in response to their pitiful response to me. Now, first of all, I want to make it clear. In that video, I was citing third-party sources for possible prices for Paul McCartney's upcoming appearance at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles, California this year. And I've made so many videos on this subject. Somehow I didn't say in that video that I was quoting third-party sources, but I've made so many videos on this whole debacle that most of my viewers, I figured, knew what I was talking about. But of course, Two Legs and his intrepid man, Beatly Tone, had a problem with that. First of all, on their thumbnail, they call me Michael, quote, fake news, quote, Noland. And on that same video, he even gives me an invitation to come up on Two Legs and discuss the matter with him. Not that I would ever freaking do so. First of all, it took two of you to take me on, and second of all, that thumbnail was disrespectful, young man, and shame on you for putting it out. Now, before we get into my response, and I'm going to read my official response to you right here on this video, but before they got to that, keep in mind, they did a screenshot copy of my video and showed it on their video, and they would freeze me every time they wanted to make a point. And at one point I was talking about Paul McCartney's voice being in disrepair. He clicks it off and he goes, "Now that I disagree with," or something like that, right? On what freaking planet can you honestly say that Paul McCartney's voice is anywhere near what it was in its prime, even anywhere near where it was, say, in 2005. But they go on and on and on and discuss how, well, a lot of the videos that people are seeing that his voice doesn't sound so good are shot on phones, and so therefore you can't trust the source. However, many times on my videos, I've told you, I've looked for the better phone-driven videos, and some of them are quite good. The band sounds good. The audience isn't overcrowding or anything like that, and you can hear Paul well enough to know that he's lost a major portion of his voice. If these nimrods want to remain in denial, welcome to fucking Egypt. But then they go on to say, well, no, tickets haven't even come out yet, that there's going to be this lottery. Now keep in mind what I've said in the past regarding third-party ticket sales, Live Nation, and Ticketmaster, and they're all connected. I thought that was pretty obvious. So anyway, I wrote a response to them. It's out right now on my post page, right in the middle of a poll. So this isn't going to do my poll much good. But when somebody opens up their filthy little mouths, I'm going to respond every freaking time. Here's my response to Two Legs and Beatly Tone, God, who responded to my recent video on Paul McCartney ticket prices. In my video, I failed to mention that the prices I was quoting were from a third-party platform. I've made many videos regarding this subject that I felt many of you already knew I was quoting from third-party sources at this point. For not making that clear, I apologize. In my response, I want to cover some statistics that I've covered from the outset of my channel regarding ticket prices for Paul McCartney. And don't forget that I've mentioned many times that third-party ticket prices do in fact affect prices that you'll get from Ticketmaster. This has been well established in the past, since my video has been criticized by yahoos who haven't closely followed my channel at all. Here are some statistics regarding Paul McCartney's prices ever since he has embraced Visa, a corporation, back in 1990. 1976, tickets to see Paul McCartney were approximately $9.50. In 93, they had jumped to $16.50, all the way up to $32.50. In 2002, his ticket prices started averaging over $100, and we're talking about the Back in the US tour, making them some of the most expensive in the industry at the time. In the 2010s, we experienced substantial increases, with floor seats frequently exceeding $300 to $500, and that's the last time I saw him, and I paid about $300 for my ticket to get a really good seat. That was the last time I was going to pay that kind of money. In 2022 through 2025, dynamic pricing. And where does that come from? Dynamic pricing comes from Ticketmaster, and Ticketmaster's prices are affected by these third-party ticket sellers. Keep that in mind. All right. This time, ticket prices started to climb upwards to and reaching $5,000. Shortly after that, Bruce Springsteen, the very next year, was charging up to $8,000 a ticket. Now, here's my main point. High third-party resale tickets significantly benefit Ticketmaster by driving higher transaction volumes on its own integrated resale marketplace, generating lucrative fees on both the initial and secondary sale, while the Federal Trade Commission alleges this drives artificial market inflation. The high prices encourage consumers to use Ticketmaster's platform to perceived security, and that's where all the extra prices come, all in the name of security. Whether the prices reach the level that I mentioned in this video or not, that's not the point. The point is that ticket prices have climbed far beyond just inflation. Now, what do I mean by that, folks? Well, let's take a look at inflation. In 1976, which was the year that I saw them, so yeah, Beatly Tone, you prick. It was a long time ago when I first saw Paul McCartney. Then I saw him in 1990 and 2005, and after the 2005 debacle, I refused to pay the prices he was charging, and his voice was still in relatively good shape at that point. But in 1976, $9.50, which is what they're saying that his ticket prices were for 1976, Wings Over America. How much is that worth today? $54.30. When was the last time you got to pay a mere $54.30 to go see Paul McCartney? You know, that's a $44.80 increase, and we've gone so far beyond that. It is undeniably out of control when we talk about what he charges. Now, another thing they're going to talk about is the cost of production. Let's go back to 1976, folks. Okay, do you remember what Paul was toting around with him on that tour? The latest cutting-edge laser show, a show that nobody had seen before. So, production costs back in 1976 allowed that, and he still got away with charging only $9.50 to see him. Now, Paul McCartney is not the very first to embrace corporation sponsorship on his tours. The Stones did it before him, a few others did it before him, but he's fully embraced it since, and ever since he has, his prices have gone astronomically high. Now, another thing that they accused me of was making a video that was trying to get extra amount of views and all of that, and yet these yahoos used my image on their thumbnail and a portion of my video in their video to do what? To accrue a larger audience, new subscribers, and more views. Two legs, beatly tone. You're both hypocrites of the highest freaking order. I won't put up with it. Now, I was going to change my Sunday stream to handle this, and I'm not going to. I don't want to give these guys any more light than I already have. So screw you, beatly tone, and screw you, two legs, because my dog, he got three.